What if I told you that the forging sample you just approved, the one that looked perfect, could quietly destroy your production line 6 months from now? Hello, I am Rahul Agarwal, and in the next 3 minutes, I want to show you how to spot an unstable forging process before it costs you and not after. You are under real pressure, like cutting the cost, hit delivery targets, drive PPM down, dual source before the next launch. On paper, it sounds everything is manageable. In reality, you are evaluating suppliers very fast, approving samples under time pressure, and trusting that a good looking part means a good looking process. For the first few months, everything is holding it. Then month 7 arrives. Cracks show up during machining. Dimensions start drifting batch after batch. Decarburization on a critical surface. Scrap climbing quietly in the background. You go back to the supplier, they show you the PPAP. It passed, the sample was fine, nothing changed officially. But here is what actually happened: the heating was inconsistent, open flame. No calibrated pyrometer, operator dependent every single shift. The die that had been running past its safe life, but nobody tracked it. The heat treatment was subcontracted to a shop with no furnace chart or no quench control. The sample passed because someone was paying attention that day during the sampling, but not in the production. The production failed because the system never could hold the production. Now you're looking at emergency air freights, a line stoppage, and a very difficult conversation with your customer. So, how do you catch this before it happens? How do you tell at the audit stage before you approve whether you are buying a reliable process or just a one time performance? Here is a simple framework. I use it. I call it Forge, FORGE. 5 areas, 5 questions. Ask them on every supplier visit. F stands for furnace and heating. Is heating controlled by calibrated pyrometers or by just operator experience and open flame? Ask to see last week's temperature logs. If they can't show you logs, the process is not controlled. O stands for operator discipline and the flow. Are work instructions clear and posted on the machine? What happens on the night shift when the senior operator goes home? Mistake proofing should make the right way the only way, regardless of who is on the shop floor. R stands for raw material and traceability. Is the heat number carried through from the incoming bar to the finished forgings? Is there incoming material verification? If material changes in the mid run, is there a PMI check before the production continues? G stands for geometry and die health. How is the die preheated? Is the die life tracked lot after lot with a defined change point? Are critical dimensions checked in press, not just on the final part? Then E stands for end properties and heat treatment. Is heat treatment done in-house or with a tightly controlled partner? Can they show furnace charts, quench records, hardness maps for regular production, not just the PPAP lot? And one final ask that separates stable suppliers from lucky ones. Show me 3 months of data on 2 critical features. Not the best 3 months, just the last 3. That data will tell you everything. Stop treating forgings like commodities. A forging is not a photo ready part. It is the heat, metal flow, die condition, and human discipline, all combined in a process that runs hundreds of times in a single day. Price is visible the moment you get the quote. Variation is always hidden, and variation sends the bill later. Next time you are about to approve a forging supplier, ask yourself one question: am I buying reliability or am I buying hope? What silent risk have you seen in forgings that others should watch for? Share it below. Let's build the knowledge together. Thank you and see you in my next video.